Valley, weighing in at 212 pounds, standing in at 5 feet 11 inches tall, fighting for the North County Fight Club, a submission wrestling specialist. This is Джэйсон Ламберт. And his opponent making his way to the red corner, from Gresham, Oregon, weighing in at 210 pounds and standing at 5 feet 11 inches tall, he is a member of Team Quest and a wrestling submission specialist. This is Mett Horwich.
So there they are, Mett Horwich. It's interesting. You guys mentioned his unique individualism, I guess we could call it. You know, he's very. You watch him walk. He looks like he's taking a walk in the park when he was coming to the the cage. Lamberт on the other side. You know, he's ready to go. He's a lot more excited to fight tonight.
Horwich says that he reads scriptures all day and that he wants to win the light heavyweight belt and then write songs with Henry Rollins and Roger Waters of Pink Floyd.
Perfect. It's a good career move. We like that. And your referee, Nathan Julian, brings the two fighters together. This fight in the light heavyweight division. A couple guys weighing in right around 205 pounds.
I don't know. My day, I think Horwich looks like a deadhead. Plays guitar.
They'll bring them together, and I tell you what, Horwich, that's the one thing is he's a slow starter, and right now he's just kind of covering up. Lamberт, oh, big uppercut right there.
But Horwich is moving forward. He's trying to get that clinch. He's covered up, and he's trying to get that clinch. We know what he wants to do. He wants to take this fight to the ground. Got a lot of submissions on his record, Horwich does, and he gets the clinch.
Just covering up early, but now this is where Horwich wants to be. You know, the fans, they look at him right now, they say, well, he's in trouble, he's on his back. Well, that's where he really wants to be, isn't it?
I think that's where Horwich will do his best work. He likes to work from his back. He's unafraid. That's why he waded in the way he did. He's not upset at all to be on his back to try to work from there. And he feels as though shape is something that is in his favor in this fight.
One problem he's got right now is he was trapped against the cage. Now he's working his way away from the cage. Lamberт here just trying to keep him close to the body so his arms aren't exposed for any kind of submission.
Right now he had that arm straightened out down to the mat, but now they're both up, and he can disengage if he wants to.
Horwich having all his 7 wins be by submission. Standing back up.
Oh, he takes a big uppercut. Lamberт just continues to land those uppercuts. He'll gladly change, and now looks like he wants to work in a Muay Thai clinch.
And the Muay Thai clinch is going to be a knee thing, but Horwich, I'm guessing he's going to probably soften him up and let him take him down because Horwich wants to. I think Horwich wants this.
Yeah, I think so too. I tell you what, the one thing Horwich needs to work on is his stand-up game. I mean, you can't just cover up and take shots and get punished like that.
No, you don't want somebody teeing off on you. That is not the way you want to approach it. Free shots is something you don't give away in MMA, particularly at a high level.
Especially if you keep your arm shields up like that and somebody's got the kicking ability of, let's say, a crow cop type thing, you can actually bruise up your arm so much that it becomes hard to punch, and guys have had their arms broken if they throw high enough for kick.
The one thing I like about Lamberт right now is he's not letting Horwich get any space. He's trapping him right against the corner. We saw some body shots earlier in the fight. He won't let Horwich extend himself to land any kind of submissions.
Keeping his head up against the fence limits his range. He cannot move. He cannot transition when stuck there, but he is able to get his left leg in there, sort of a butterfly guard, but now he's changing up it to half guard.
You can see Horwich right there. His nose took some shots a little bit earlier in the round, and you see the redness there. And right now Lambert's having a tough time, though, getting his arms free. Now he gets his left arm, lands a couple shots. Horwich doing a nice job we call hand control.
Wrist control, yep.
Right now it looks like he wants to work for an arm bar here, trying to set him up.
And Horwich gladly giving his back, and Lambert's going to try and sink the hooks in, but back again. Now Horwich almost gives up mount.
And guys, the one interesting thing we're seeing from fighters now, they're giving up their backs a lot more than they used to in the early days. I mean, when you used to give up your back, it meant a rear naked choke, but some of these guys getting out of trouble now, just giving up their backs.
Well, part of it is if you're up on your knees, I think, Stephen, it becomes a little more difficult to take the back because you're elevated, your hips are in the air, and the man can kind of buck you off like a bronco, and you don't have the kind of control.
And guys, this is a bad position. I'm sorry, Jeff. This is a bad position right now for Horwich, taking some shots. Now he's not. You got to protect yourself at all times, and Lamberт just teeing off right now with big left hands.
Because of the fence, there's no
mobility.
He's in big trouble here. Referee Nathan Julian watching closely. He's in the full mount, just parading lefts and rights. Horwich trying to hold on here.
I've seen Mett Horwich take some shots, and it almost as if he needs to take some shots to get woken up. But he's in a bad situation. It's a high mount up against the fence. There's no forgiving on that fence. Now he's got the wraparound. He's got the arm wrapped around in front of the face. Lambert's got the arm trapped.
Oh, man.
Now he's in. Now he's got to really move to come up back door, Jeff.
That's what he's going to have to do. And with the fence there, he really doesn't have a lot of room to move. I'm surprised there. He almost had his arm caught in that leg.
A full mount here
hook
by Lamberт. Lamberт just continues to, I mean, he's just mauling him right now. He's doing a good job controlling the body. How about Horwich now?
He
takes
took
a
a knee there.
He needed to either stand up or get his knees down.
He's going to take another one here in a second.
Oh, Horwich, he's spending a lot of energy with the big fella on top of him, Mr. Jayson Lamberт.
Yeah, fortunately, because Jayson Lambert's punches were more of push punches rather than crack punches, except for that one. It didn't do as much damage because Lamberт doesn't want to punch himself out here either.
Indeed he doesn't, but I tell you what, right now he's taking a lot of punishment in this first round. You wonder how his cardio is because he's just eating lots of lefts and rights. Lamberт just really having his way here in the first round.
This is like watching an Alex Stiebling fight.
See another right-hand and left-hand combination lands by Jayson Lamberт. Continues to score, and, well, the round's over. Tell you what, Matt Horwich going to have to do a lot of work. Right now his corner going to talk to him. He looks exhausted. All that weight, Jeff Blatnick, you mentioned Jayson Lamberт. He's a big, stocky guy, and to have all that weight on you just mauling you for a first round, it's a tough thing indeed.
Well, I thought initially when he was able to reach around, try to get key lock, omoplata, he's forcing Lamberт to try to cover and stay on top of him. But he never got away from the fence. Both times he was taken down, he was immediately driven into the fence. He really had no room to move. It'll be interesting in the second round, if he's going to give up a takedown, do it in open space where you do have room to maneuver on the bottom. When you're up against the fence, you start eating fists.
Let's show you a replay here of this first round. Stephen Quadros, take us through it.
Okay, Lamberт cracking down with punches right on the button there, and Horwich covering up, looking a little bewildered here at the end of round one, and that's that left hand. Jeff, it's a bad position. This is the one we thought it might be close to being over here.
Yeah, he's caught on his side. He's mounted. He can't move because he's up against the fence, so he's literally defenseless. He can cover, but the fists are still hitting. They're still finding their mark.
That knee was more of a push. It didn't land flush. And here we go, round two.
All right, Jayson Lamberт, Matt Horwich, and Horwich right now, tell you what, he's breathing very heavily, and he's trying to dive in. High kick there, something we haven't seen in this fight. But here comes Lamberт. I tell you what, this is where Lamberт wants it. Just to stand, just make it kind of a brawl right now.
You know,
the
irony is this, is that Lamberт is fighting like Randy Couture. He was throwing the uppercuts in the clinch, and he's getting on top and doing the maul and brawl on the bottom.
And Jeff, you mentioned I like the positioning of Lamberт. He's putting his knees, kind of holding Horwich's arm down at times, landing some clean shots. Just the battle position right now is impressive right now from Jayson Lamberт.
He's looking to get a little vertical here and start striking. He might start with that left hand again here.
Right now, just trying to get his arms free to land the blows. And right now, this has been all Jayson Lamberт.
And again, the problem is he's got nowhere to move. He's up against the fence. Lamberт taking full advantage of the environment to get to the situation he wants.
It was interesting, guys, at the weigh-in, Matt Horwich weighed in about 198, Jayson Lamberт 203, and you can see, by fight time, I'd guess Lambert's probably a 210, 215 kind of guy because he just has that thick frame. He can pack on the weight, where Horwich, he's coming up in weight, and right now it's very evident.
And the strength is a huge factor here, Jeff.
I really think in this position it's a tremendous factor, particularly when you get caught, semi-caught, and you're able to bail out. Now here you got to be careful. The bottom man can kick.
Oh man, Lamberт just missed with a huge right hand right now. Taking his time.
Horwich should be moving now, getting away from the fence so that he has room to move, but doesn't take himself out of danger here, and Lamberт continues to operate the same way he's found success.
And Jayson it's amazing to watch what's going on here because Horwich really doesn't have any offense right now. There's nothing he can do right now, and right now he was thinking about trying to stand up. Horwich is kind of frustrated right now.
Horwich tried the butterfly guard, but because he's up against the fence, he's got nowhere to sweep Lamberт. And he can't get his legs up high enough to go for a triangle or an armbar. So it's really kind of a tough situation He's going for the Kimura, but he's not going to get that from this position.
Stephen, butterfly guard, explain that to the people at home.
Butterfly guard is when the man on the bottom puts the inside of his shins on the inside of the thighs of the other person, and he can use that by pushing upward with his shins to maneuver them off of him, either to the right or the left, or over the top sometimes.
Right now, Lamberт looks like he wants to work for maybe a rear naked choke. Got the back right now. Here he is. He's trying to get it. Horwich turns around and right into a couple left hands. And now a forearm just landing on Matt Horwich.
He's got to close distance and move. If you move, the man's busy catching balance, not throwing punches. If you lay there, you're going to start eating leather.
Right now, it looked like he wanted to escape the backdoor that Matt Horwich couldn't do it. Now he's paying for it. Jason Lamberт just continues to land some wicked forearms. Now he's following up with a big right hand.
This is just a maul and brawl situation. Matt Horwich is in trouble here. Those left hands are drilling him now.
How much can he take? How much more can Horwich take?
Not many of those forearms. You can hear his head thud.
Wow. His corner telling him they're going to have to stop it. And that's it. That's it. That's the end of the fight. Jason Lamberт, what an impressive display. Just dominated from start to finish. Great performance by him. Matt Horwich, that differential in weight was the big difference in this one.
I really think that this was so one-sided. I think Matt Horwich, in a way, got blinded by the headlights on this one.
Well, Lamberт knew what he wanted to do, and he executed it perfectly. And when you get a person down, you do want to limit their motion, limit their range, don't let them transition. And you do that by backing them into the fence. And Horwich had to fight the entire time up against the fence, and that's not an advantage position, and he paid the price.
The winner of this bout, fighting out of the blue corner, Jason Lamberт.
So Jason Lamberт improves to 16-5 in his mixed martial arts career. Matt Horwich, only the second defeat of his career, he falls to 7.